Well, kia ora everyone, and welcome back to this, Humankind. And if you didn't join us last time, let me catch you up on this playthrough, because it is a spicy number. So, as you may have gathered by the title, this is a militarist culture run. We've also played some expansionists, and at the moment we are the Spanish in the early modern era, and we're just advancing our way through into the next one actually, so there'll be an important decision to make right off the get-go. But first and foremost, a shout out to Shaballs, who created this custom New Zealand map for me. Very, very cool, very fun map. Link in the description if you would like to download it and play it on mod.io. I also have a tutorial if you need to figure out how to install the maps, but it's very easy. You just drag and drop it into your documents folder. Anyway, let me catch you up on the story thus far, because it's a very, very spicy one, a very political one. Arguably my worst playthrough, yet also somehow my best. We started around here in Gisborne, as it were. Here's our capital. We sort of expanded out slowly here and there. And eventually, we grabbed a bit of territory. Unfortunately, we got into an early conflict with this empire here, Pink. They massively overpowered us, and unfortunately I had to bend the knee and become their vassal. The first time I've ever experienced the vassalization mechanic in this game. However, you may notice, if you look up the top, I am no longer a vassal of them. In fact, they are now a vassal of Yellow. It's been a wild time. Basically, Pink and Yellow were at war with each other, and while we were the vassal of Pink, while we were bending our knee, Pink decided to give away this city in exchange for their freedom with Yellow. They literally gave away this city, which was a hugely important one for me because it had all of my science districts, essentially. And it was attached to this territory, which had even more science. This was my science powerhouse. And a crucial territory because it was bordering Yellow. Pink just literally gave it away. They were like, don't fight us, just take Jumbo's city instead. So, they took our city off us, and that left us in a really difficult position. What do we do next? So, this is what we did. We moved up to the right here to land grab our own, and we stole almost all of these territories. You can see Dark Green has but one city left, and we'll be sure to sweep that up this time, hopefully. But we also earned an achievement I'm told only 2.7% of players have so far. Unbend the knee. We unbent the knee, we went to war with Pink, and we won. We went to war and we won. We unbent the knee. We freed ourselves. Unfortunately, while we were a vassal, we lost a lot of income, we lost a lot of production, and frankly, we lost a really good city and a really good territory. So we've got a lot of ground to make up, and as you can see, Yellow has swept across the rest of the world. While we've swept to the east, they've swept to the west. So we have a few things to do, I think, this time. Firstly, we need to tidy up Green, if we can, the Myceans. Next, I think we need to get ultimate revenge on Pink. And then finally, it's going to be a showdown of the greats, I think, against Alan to our left here. A very good morning, afternoon, and welcome to everybody who's joining me live, and an extra special shout out to Gareth, who super chatted before the stream even started, to Devilish, who just donated a $1.99 super chat. I sense a Spanish war stick. You do indeed. We've got the conquistadors running already. Oh, and Alan, thank you for the tip. I appreciate it. And hello to everybody who's joining me live. Daniel, Octopus, Myla, Alan, Max, Mixlayer, Griffin, Maya, Little Kerr, all of you guys. Thank you so much. Let's crack into this. And as I say, firstly, actually, we have a really important decision to make, and it's which culture do we want to take next? Which cultures have we taken so far is a better question, though. Definitely a better question. So, in the medieval era, we played as the Norse, gave us a very powerful harbour, which provided a lot of food to us, and man, we really got our military stars as well. That was a great era. Before that, in the classical era, we were the Romans. This one was not so hot, frankly. We were unable to expand thanks to being a vassal, essentially. And before that, we started as the Assyrians. Again, not a great one. We wanted to move through into the Huns, but we didn't get it. We've been left drawing the short straw. And unfortunately, it's stuffed us around. But now we're about to move through into the industrial era. We are still behind. Here's the fame score. You can see we're in 6th. We've got a long way to go to catch up to 1st in particular, but it's a fairly close race between us and 2nd. So, without any further ado, let us choose our next culture. Who do we have available to us? We are choosing generally militarists or expansionists as well. Hey, Eric, W177, how are you doing today? I'm doing good, friend. Hello, Momotaro as well. Nice to see regulars turning out. And of course, a big shout out to all of you guys who are watching the VOD afterwards. You do outnumber the number of live viewers, and I know that, and I appreciate it. Right, who can we play as? Not them. We could play as the Brits, plus 10 money per number of attached territories, and plus 10 science per number of attached territories on the capital. We'd also get a reasonable colonial office, and we could continue on from the Redcoats with, from the Spanish conquistadors with the Redcoats, which seems like a good trajectory for us. I kind of like that. The French, unfortunately, a no-go. We also have the Germans with their very, very powerful district. This thing is absolutely spicy AF. This thing is so spicy. Also, we get decreased production costs. And finally, actually in this era, we are spoilt for choice. We also have the Russians, who are an expansionist, granted, not a militarist. I would prefer the militarist for the era stars. So that leans me toward thinking Germany is probably the best bet. The Russians get some extra war support, a bit of faith, and some Cossacks. To be honest, they're my least preferred option. You're doing it again, why are you so happy? Shots fired, Ryan. Oh, you guys were so kind on that community post. I actually felt like a bit of an attention seeker. There were so many replies. I was like, oh goodness, now I just look like an attention seeker. So I really appreciate all the replies, but I haven't been replying to them. But I've read them all, I promise, and I really appreciate it. I think for me here, it's either the Germans, who have this amazing district with incredible industry, or it's the Brits, who can earn us some money. We don't have a liege, but we could definitely make one out of dark green, right? So actually, I wouldn't discount the Brits altogether. But the Germans are pretty spicy too. This is actually probably the hardest decision so far, for me anyway. The British will make us rich. The Germans will make us strong and productive. We probably have a better chance with the Germans, purely because we can instantly make better use of what they're doing. And while the U-boat isn't entirely useful, let's be real, we're probably not going to make too much money out of the plus 10 money per lead for liege per adjacent district. That's going to be a tricky one to make the most of. Two different playstyles. I lean towards the Germans, but as always, I will throw the vote in the chat. It's in there now. Please place your votes. and we'll roll forward with that. My vote would be on the Germans, but like I say, a very close call. Go for the Germans. I really like the bits. Money is powerful. The story of creating the game is epic. Started from the bottom. Yeah, we did, Harrison. Started from the bottom and now we're here. Is our story. And hopefully it ends up being a fantastic victory, or at least a really close game, right? I really want this to be an exciting playthrough, and I think it's going to be. I'd love to build some garrisons. We could probably just put them there. I mean, that's not great. We'll get one. I'll buy out the gunpowder mine, and then we'll build a couple of garrisons here. We have this army, as you can see, ready to go, right? We've got these not quite conquistadors. Ready to strike. And also some great swordsmen. We're a little bit behind on the old technologically. I think the Redcoats are more important than the district. Yeah, well, that's a good point. Yeah. I would... Yes, William. I will get to that in a minute. I'll just wait for a few more people to join so I don't have to retell the story a million times. Oh my goodness, I have a story for you today. Man, do I have a story for you guys. Okay, I'm going to end the vote. It got very close. I saw it at 50-50 for a minute there. I thought we were going to actually end up playing the Brits, which I wouldn't have been mad at, because as you point out in chat, their unit is better than the Germans. So we're going to have to rely on some basic Biatch units instead of our unique, because the U-boat is probably not going to be overly useful, unless we can trap some people in the ocean. However, at a landslide victory of 2/3 to 1, the Germans won with 66% of the vote. Blish do it. The coking works are just amazing. They are just absolutely amazing, and I think we need that production. It's a trade-off, right? It's a trade-off between between choosing a culture like the Brits that have a great unit, or choosing the Germans, who can really build up our production, and by extension, kind of build up our units. Because we can spam out, say, these musketeers, which are essentially just the British unit, but weaker, right? So let's do that. Let's lock them in. Let's station this army here ready to strike. And on turn 150, we're rolling through into the second last era of the game. I think actually our pacing is not too bad. Well, no, you're gonna have to retell it anyway. Probably. The British EQ can't be built in your territory. Yeah, so it really does heavily rely on a vassalization, doesn't it? Oh, look, this dialogue box just says new era. Has it always just said that? It looks a bit basic. More production equals more districts equals more tech. Exactly. Industry is key, which actually relates to my story that I'll tell a bit later. Oh my goodness. The gist of it is I could have very easily been cancelled if it weren't for the fact that I'm, as luck would have it, basically the me you're listening to now is the me I'm always am. I'm not secretly a raging racist or anything. So, lucky. I just started watching you. What's the stream about? I did just cover off the whole story of this playthrough at the start, but I did see you just subscribed actually. I saw your name pop up, The Martian. Essentially, we're trying to come back from behind. We got off to a really rough start. We were actually vassalized, and then we broke free of the chains of our vassalization. And now we're trying to stage a comeback, basically. We are the comeback kid in this game. And I think our first step is going to be to declare war on these guys. So we're getting +5 per turn. We don't have any additional grievances to push, but we could probably try and bait some out of them. For the time being, though, we'll just let that war support rise. We could go for the old surprise war trickaroo, because actually, maybe we should. What do you think? We could probably just roll over them. Either way, though, let's queue up these with the utmost importance. Granted, this is not a great city to show off how good it is. I acknowledge. But let's just yeet that down there. Let's see if we actually have some reasonable cities to build these productive things. That's not too bad, especially if I surround it by... I think it requires maker's quarters, doesn't it? Yeah, and also +2 industry per silk. Interesting. Kind of a weird one, but I'll allow it. So let's just shift-click some maker's quarters in and about. Let's also grab this bad boy in there. Love it. And I'm just literally going to place some maker's quarters around it to try and buff it up. And as you can see, we're 1 over our city cap, which is not terrible. In fact, I think it's kind of the preferred place to be for many players. So, absolutely not mad at that. Oh, look at that. We can actually get 2 next to each other thanks to these weird territories. That is awesome. Let's just go production king in all of these cities. Oy, oy, oy. Oy vey. There's a +43. That's pretty good considering we didn't plan around it. We probably want one here as well. Let's do it. And maybe, like I say, just spam out a couple of bad boys next to it. And then over in the capital... Sorry, this is city management 5 million. Let's plonk these down. Generally, where the game suggests tends to be the best spot. Although sometimes you can plan your adjacencies a little bit better than that. But it is what it is. I literally can't even remember where I put this top one. I only just placed it down. Okay, great. I think that's us away laughing. Let's move them to the front of the queue, or at least skip them ahead of the garrisons a bit, right? Industrial and Contemporary era is really where a human player can snowball. Yes, this is the era. Just finished watching your Big Ocean playthrough, which was top tier content. Oh, I'm glad you enjoyed it. You probably don't need to rush. Your 1 city cap not quite ready to take pink. Yeah, I agree. Not quite ready for pink, but definitely I think we can take green, right? Dark green seems like one that we could roll over this era, and probably in the first half of this era. Recall one game where I had a city with something like 4,000 production during the Contemporary era. It was ridiculous. Oh, man. It just snowballs, eh? It literally just snowballs out of control. Which makes sense, though. If you think about the story of Humankind, not the game, but us as people, our technologies have snowballed as well, right? Like if you went back 500 years, you would absolutely steamroll in terms of everything. So it does make sense, and I quite like it. I like the realism. The Zulu would like to trade with us. And I actually probably should have accepted that. Yeah, I probably should have. We'll revisit that in future. Mainly because we kind of need to boost them up. We need to sort of secretly support them while not... Whoa! Harappa has 100 pop. And it's got St. Basil's and the Temple of Artemis. That is a spicy meatball. And whereas this city's like... Trashville. Trashville, Tennessee over here. I actually just paused watching your blitz mode, then endless mode VODs because I saw you streaming. Oh, thanks, Sneak. Could you zoom out? I'd like to see the map. Yes, of course. Yes, of course. Unfortunately, this is about as far as I can go. But if I... so it's New Zealand rotated. So it's rotated 90 degrees. But this is like sort of Northland here. And then this is Auckland. It probably means nothing to people who don't know New Zealand, which is like no one because it doesn't exist. And then this is the Cook Strait. Here's Wellington, the capital. Now we're in the South Island. Here's Christchurch. Well, this is more like Akaroa. Here's Christchurch. West Coast. And then somewhere down here, there will be Invercargill and Stewart Island. I'm guessing these guys are on Stewart Island. Unlucky. But either way, there's the map. Looks like a bit of a cluster F, but we're getting there. We're making gains. We're making progress. Slowly. Let's grab Encyclopedia and maybe also... Oh my goodness, what is next? Probably line formation for the line infantry. And conscripts as well, because we can summon them with our militarist ability. Oh, KSI! Thank you so much for the 200 yen tip! Damn, all those resources, KSI says. Yeah, it is. It is absolutely chock-a-block, right? And these guys, in particular, we really do want to trade with these guys. They're going to think I'm an absolute moron for proposing this after they just proposed it. But I think we should do it, right? Let's grab gemstones. Let's grab these. Let's grab their lead. Let's also grab their ebony and their ivory in harmony. Something. I can't remember the rest of the words. It also probably wouldn't hurt for us to hoover up their gunpowder as well. Maybe we... 1,250 influence? Or wait 5 turns? I'll wait 5 turns. We don't need it that urgently. That's a lot of influence. Although we have 3,000, so maybe I'm a fool. Holy shite, that's big. Yeah, you betcha. Show us where Hobbiton is. It is... Where are we? So, let me just try and rotate the map. Unfortunately, you can't rotate the map very far. I'm hoping there'll be a mod that will fully allow it. Maybe even a mini-map mod would be nice too, to be honest. Although I don't really miss it most of the time. Okay, so Hobbiton would be... I haven't actually been myself. I know. Who am I? But where are we? So here's Wellington. Here's, like, Mount Taranaki. It's probably that right there, actually. Yep, it is. It's just named something else. Love it, by the way, Shaballs. Great placement. Where's Lake Taupo? There's actually a suggestion. We should probably have Lake Taupo in the middle here. Because it makes it kind of hard to place where, like, Hamilton is. It's around here. It's around the middle of the North Island. Slightly lower, actually, maybe. I haven't been. But it's around here. It's in one of these 3 territories. I'm fairly certain. Citation needed. God, what a bad Kiwi I am. Just kick me out of the country and send me to Australia like the rest of the British convicts. Right. Shots fired. Sorry, Australians. They're probably still sleeping. They'll watch the VOD later and be like, Gavin, call us out again! Okay. Artistic expression is quite a goodie. +1 influence on our maker's quarters... Or +1 influence. +1 influence on our maker's quarters is huge. Huge for us. Not that influence is overly useful, but it would be massive. So we might as well sort of work towards it. Oh, another one of these bad boys, eh? Unfortunately, we're just going to have to squeeze it up the top there. But if Assur could help it out by putting a couple more districts there, we're away laughing. Absolutely laughing. I find minimap is less necessary. I think zooming out in wide view is much more useful than Civ. Yeah, I agree, Max. I agree. Saw that symbol on the yeah. $200? Oh, 200 yen. Oh, that's funny. I do want to put down these hamlets because they're super good. I'm just a little bit looking at my stability and thinking, do I have enough? But actually, we have so much stability, it's not even funny. Let's queue up these vital infrastructures as well. The capital should really have these, because what we'll try and do, hopefully, is start to merge it into a super city. Seeing as we're producing a lot of influence, hopefully we can keep it going. Although there's our extra city cap. But crucially here, Encyclopedia gives you a minus 20% cost on enacting future civics, right? Absolutely massive. So important. The Austro-Hungarians would like to trade as well, and I think we support them, purely because they are also... Holy moly. What the heck? These guys on Stewart Island are just going absolutely nuts. Look at all this coffee. +1 food... What the... Lead for the +2 science. What do we want first? We probably will just buy the science ones and the gold ones, I suppose. And then come back for food et al. Yeah. Wow. Okay, that's fantastic. They've actually got a very large empire. What's their fame like? Oh, they're only 5th. We'll probably romp them later. Or we could stay peaceful with some people. Makes me miss Civ 4 when you could see the game on an actual globe. Yeah. Speaking of Super City, when is your One City Challenge stream? Yeah, great question. Sanogo. Also, thank you for super chatting yesterday, Sanogo, during that incident. I appreciated your super chat. It was the one that brought it to my attention. So much appreciated. I'm pretty sure it was you. Oh, yes, line infantry. Oh, I was thinking maybe we could do that for a future, like, subscriber milestone. If the channel makes it to 10k subs, that could be kind of fun. But if not, I'll just play it, because I really do want to try the One City Challenge. I think it'll be really fun. Chance of triggering another narrative event. Let's go overproductive. Absolutely overproductive. Focusing hard on production. Also, look at the pollution levels start to rise. We are nearly the world's top polluter. In fact, we will be. We're pumping out much more than anyone else per turn, which is not something to be proud of. Looks like the people are protesting the fact that I put them to work. Okay, here is an example of where we could actually use the U-boats and have a bit of fun. We don't have to, obviously, but they are our unique unit, so we might as well, right? Which makes me kind of... Firstly, I do want to actually prioritize some of these science civics, like I say. I think they're kind of important. Infrastructures, I mean. And then support them with wabam, 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 wabam. A few science districts down here. Just to make sure that we don't fall behind too far while we try and play catch up. Especially because we lost Velzna and its associated territory. Oh, I'm still kind of salty about that, to be honest. Yes, we will accept that with the Zulu. And leave them to do that. And then what do we have here? What do we have here? Maybe we start pumping out some military here. Let's do it. Let's, first and foremost, just make sure that we have the right improvements, right? The veterancy, the armory infrastructure is a big deal, as is the tawny fields. Love it. And then what we'll do is we'll produce a fleet of 4 man-of-wars. They're powerful. They are very powerful. It'll take quite a while, and of course we'll want to get U-boats somewhere else, but for the time being it wouldn't hurt to have a wee fleet, just in case Pink decides to do something stupid and sail, you know, 1 million units out here for no reason. Ooh. Ooh. Red is land grabbing. Oh. Oh, everyone is land grabbing. Oh, jeepers. Okay. Turns out the world is a circle. I need more Earth games. Yes, I would like to play another True Earth map. A different one from last time. Not that last time's one was bad, but there are a few available now, and the more time that people have to play with the map tools in this game, I think the better people get, obviously. Practice makes perfect, right? And so 1 or 2 of the recent ones have looked really good, actually. One in particular has piqued my interest quite a lot. There was one of these which we really wanted. Although +1 science per number of trade routes could actually be more useful in the short term, so let's just grab that. Because we've got a heckload of trade routes at the minute. We are trading with a lot of people. Have you done a single culture run yet? Like, No, I haven't. Hello, Lou, I haven't. But that's another one, because there's a challenge associated with that on Steam as well. Sorry, an achievement. So, that's definitely another one on my list. The list is very long. So much replayability in Humankind. Do we want to put the children to work? Or do we just want forced labour? Let's just do forced labour. We don't really need to put children to work. I'm not mad at it, but we probably don't need it right now. Child slaves, not really something our empire is about. Particularly. Let's queue up some of this infrastructure and also get these harbours down because they are so productive. If there are any territories where I don't have them, I need to build them kind of as a priority, actually. Because they're awesome. I think we are nearly ready to fight these guys, right? It's been quite a few turns. Yes! Declare war! We are in! Hobbiton is in East Hamilton, directly south of Great Barrier Island. At the base of the left arm of the North Island. Oh, thank you, Daniel. Appreciate it. On anything other than easy blitz, the AI snowballs too fast. Yeah, it would be a tough challenge. I don't know if I would play it on Humankind difficulty. Although that would make it a really, really good challenge, I suppose. This great swordsman can just yeet itself right the way up to all of a sudden using a gun. So let's do that. And let's just march straight in here. And just assault it immediately. Right? Manual battle. Let's give them no time to reinforce, no time to prepare at all. Let's get right up on the front line as well. The horse can do the weird flank thing, so it doesn't matter so much. And end that. And I dare say this will be a very quick defeat. Why? Because we're fighting literally peasants and a cog. A cog. What is it gonna do? Love it. Here you can see the peasants are uselessly flailing into what is a very powerful unit of mine. I think I'll move it to the side. And then run in and stab them. Love it. Let's get these guns up the front. And then literally just slice these people down, I think. And then I'll just put my other units on auto and they'll just run around and do dumb things. See, like, what are they doing? You don't need to hide back there. We have overwhelming firepower. Look, as these peasants run at my guns. Oh, feels bad, man. And we sunk the boat as well, just for good measure. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. There we go. One and done. Absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. This is not a very productive land, but there is a little bit of production there. So let's do the thing around it. Lovely. In that turn. And now we should have... Yeah, we're close to victory. We won! Spoiler alert. Do you plan on continuing those videos? Which videos, Taylor? I tried with the Olmecs on Empire. My thoughts were that I would produce a lot of food and influence, so pump out units and have lots of war support. I got creamed. Yikes. I really enjoy the Phoenicians. Yeah, the Phoenicians are fun, particularly if you can go into Venice afterwards. I really like that. Should we vassalize these guys for fun? Their territory is not overly useful to us. And what a story arc it would be. From liege. Right? From being a vassal to becoming a liege. I think we do it. Sorry. From being a liege to becoming a vassal. I think we do it. Let's, I keep mincing them around the wrong way, but let's force them. Let's force this on them, because that's so fun. And, there's such a poetic justice to that as well, I think. You are now mine. You are under my control. Brilliant. And let's set sail immediately and try and get over here and snag this before the Austro-Hungarians or the Persians. Okay, big mood. I don't like this boat here. What kind of treaty do we have with these guys at the minute? Oh, we're allied. That's fine. I forgot we were allied with them. We cozied up to them so they wouldn't fight us, so we could focus on expanding to the north. And by the way, very successful expansion campaign. Well played us. Well played us. But we'll probably take them next, because they're pretty juicy. Or I guess we can... We might put that to a vote. New to these styles of gaming guides have been very helpful. Saw the ones from the first two eras. Oh, yes! Yes, I will be continuing those, Taylor. Yep. I'm trying to do one a week, just to space them out a bit. So there'll probably be one of the next one in like a couple of days, I reckon. Right, let's set sail into actually uncharted territory here. Ooh. Uncharted science territory. Whoa! Holy moly. This black soil. Look at it go. Yeah, it would be really interesting to see what cultures they add through DLC, won't it? I've been thinking about it, and obviously there are so many... Yeah, sure, let's be an ally. There are so many that they could add. But I wonder, how does it work if you have, like, 20 in an era? I guess... Because it sort of changes... It would change the trade-off element of the game, whereby you wouldn't end up in a situation where, say, you want to play a militarist culture and you can't. Which, arguably, is quite a considerable... drop in difficulty, because you'll have a lot more freedom of choice. That being said, freedom of choice is a good thing for players, so I'm not sure where I stand, but I definitely want to see more. You should upgrade to the units before leaving friendly territory. I should, but this is a fairly safe bet because we are allied with basically everyone, and it's only a short sail, so I'm willing to take that risk. And of course, if we got into one fight, we could retreat, so we had options. Look at that, 26-13. Holy moly. Hold me down. Jeepers. Also, it costs a lot to upgrade our units. On Commons Quarter +1 food and industry, that's pretty good, but we do want the one that gives us discounts in future. Let's zoom our way up here to the New World, and separate these guys out. +26, +13. That's probably the greatest outpost I've ever had. Holy Mother of Science is right, the Martian. Holy Mother of Science is absolutely right. This is the promised land. I'm so glad we expanded out this way. Especially with managing districts, I feel like it gets exponentially more complicated quickly. Yeah, totally. Totally fair, Taylor. Totally fair. We now have train stations, which are going to be really useful in pumping units from one side of the territory to another. They also give +5 industry per adjacent Maker's Quarter, so they're actually a very powerful district. We also have Colony Blueprint. Create a city with a sort of extra infrastructure, which is really nice, because we might establish a new city. Minus 20% cost on Maker's Quarters. What a fantastic technology Steam Engine is. How far will you push Humankind? The Brazilians are in the final era. Oh, shoot. Okay. We're racing against the clock here more than anything. Which probably means we need to focus on military a lot more than we are. So let's head down to... Assur is actually doesn't need 2 hamlets. Arguably doesn't need that. There are lots of trade routes. There are lots of Maker's Quarters. +1 science per population is not worth 3 turns, though, I note. Let's get the coal mines down. Might just speed through that infrastructure too. Nature reserve. Get out. We've got no time for nature reserves. Let's go also quickly get the 2 very important infrastructure upgrades. And actually buy them outright. And I'm just going to cancel a lot of this garbage and start working on military units as a top priority, I think. Let's go... What's the best one we can actually get? I mean, the line infantry is fairly strong. Maybe wouldn't hurt to have some mortars as well. Let's go 1, 2, 3, 4 line infantry and 2 mortars. And pump that first army out there. Meanwhile, over here, we will pump up our industry a bit more. This is going to be a really sick train station. Like, pretty freaking cool. So let's get a train station there. Start working on that slowly over time. Attach our coal as well. Where do we actually want to train people from? It's actually probably just between these... It's probably just between the capital and the territories to the north. So, if I do that in the cap as well, after we're done... Yeah, nice. Okay, that's pretty good. And then, maybe this one as well. We could hook all of these up by train, just for ease of movement. And also, because I want to pollute the world. I mean, what did I miss? I missed the last stream. Oh man, it's been a tale of great despair and triumph. We started this game. We were vassalized. We were forced to bend the knee to our neighbor to the north, And now we have our own. We've forced someone else to bend the knee, and we've broken free. Not only did we secure our freedom, but we took away someone else's. As nasty as that sounds. It's always the way, though, isn't it? It's always the way. 150 influence for a harbour seems freaking good. Getting builder stars, which is nice, but we really want those militarist stars, so we do need to declare war with someone. We don't need this army stationed here anymore, so let's go and explore this vast ocean. Oh, hey! There's some more land we can take. Brilliant. Brilliant. Everything's going well. This is where we're hopefully going to start to snowball and maybe catch up. Got to head out back before the end, I hope. Oh, see you, Ellen. Thanks so much for tuning in. Hopefully you do. We're playing a military run. Yes, big military run. Huge military run. Perfectly balanced in every way. Murasaki. Absolutely. The conquered becomes the conqueror. Yes, or unbend the knee. We fought for our freedom, nearly wiped green off the earth before vassalizing them. Yeah, basically. Basically. We were pinned down in this tiny little corner of Gisborne. We lost this city, unfortunately, due to a crappy diplomatic deal that our overlord forced us into. But we did expand up here and take all of this territory. This territory cannot be claimed because the map is just slightly glitched. But that's okay. It's just one. And we're claiming a whole lot more while we're here. +1 influence on market quarter. That is actually not the one that I want. Like, I really don't want that because the other option is so much better. However, it is free. Fine. It's free. We'll do it. Whoa! Look at these harbours! What the heck? Jeepers! These things are absolutely nutso. Woof! Oh my goodness. It's just unbelievable. Like, they're actually just unbelievably good. Okay, our fleet is starting to... well, our first fleet is starting to be shaped, which is very nice. I'm just gonna sort of plop train stations in as I go, I think. Kind of fun. Kind of fun. What game speed are you playing at? Isn't in the title. It's always in the description. We're playing on normal game speed. Which, I don't know if you know, but that puts us pretty well ahead. Playing Vassal Tag. What's the gun symbol resource? Are you referring to the Soviet arms one, or the arms factory, or are you referring to gunpowder? I assume it's one of those that you're referring to. Customs Union. What do they want? A scientific agreement. Yeah, I'll allow that. We need to bolster up our science, and we'll happily leverage someone else to do it. It's the theme of the game, after all. Literally just leveraging everybody to do stuff for us. Get another train station there. Hook up the world. Brilliant. Who's our next target? What do you reckon? Soviets or Americans for the contemporary era? I lean towards Soviets, but we'll see what we can do. Are the Soviets taken? I really hope not. Well, these guys went Brazil, right? And I'm pretty sure they'd be the only one in the final era. Yeah, they are. So no, they're not taken yet. So I'm not sure how you'd be seeing the gun symbol, but maybe in your own playthrough. I'm not sure. Plus, not wow. These territories are so good. Oh, I wish we'd found this a lot earlier. Anybody playing this map, who's keen to download it in the description and give it a whirl for yourself, if you want to play the mighty New Zealand, I would highly recommend that you jump up here and grab as much as humanly possible, because these are awesome. And they just keep going and going and going, too. We'll move one out here, actually. The first rail link, says the narrator. Love it. Yeet that guy. No, just one. Oh, I hate it how they do that. There we go. Cool. Kill. Okay, technology's kind of important. Yeah, sometimes I put it in the title, but it's arguably less important than what cultures we're playing and the difficulty. Because you can kind of get a feel for what game speed you're playing on, I find, just by looking at the turn and where I'm at. You might be able to guess that I'm playing normal. Although we're maybe a little bit ahead of schedule for normal, but not by much. But yeah, always in the description. There's only so much space in a video title, after all. And normal is not a particularly spicy word for a title either. Ah, here we go. Weapons. Mass-produced in the arms factory. Why is there a that is a glitch. That is a glitch. So, totally fair for calling that out. What is the gun? That shouldn't be there. That shouldn't... I don't think weapons naturally occur in the world. So that is... I see now why you asked. I see now why you asked that question. That was a really fantastic question, in fact. Because those weapons should not be there. There's a little thing you might want to tweak, Shibbles, if you're watching this later. They shouldn't be there until the Soviets appear. Do they even appear after the Soviets? I didn't know that. I thought they could actually only be produced. Like, the Soviets have to build them. They don't just appear. But I could be wrong. Citation absolutely needed. In every way. Let's use this city to pump out a couple of units too. We might as well. It's quite productive. Let's get a couple of... Heavy cavalry will upgrade into something pretty good soon. Let's get a couple of heavy cavalries and a couple of, maybe one line infantry. Just expend all of that pop. And these units should actually start to rebase themselves back to the war front. I'm not sure exactly where the war front's going to be, but let's just send them back to Assur for now. Because it's pretty important that we protect Assur regardless. I see some planes starting to fly. Well, it just literally flew through that mountain, so ripperoo. What's my favorite difficulty? I quite like Empire and the one before Civilization. Yeah, I think it's Empire, the one before Civilization, isn't it? I quite like the one before Civilization. If I wanna have like a fun game that's still slightly challenging, but I can use off-meta cultures and experiment around, that would be the one that I would personally go for. And so that tends to be my favorite. But I probably need to test them a bit more first. Humankind difficulty is fun if I'm choosing powerful cultures, definitely though. Like if I'm planning on doing a strong run, like Egypt, Harrapans, or whatever, then oh, we've actually got 2 guns. 1000%, I'll try and play Humankind. But also, actually, sorry to ramble on too much, but I haven't tried anything lower than normal. So, maybe those low difficulties could be a really fun time for me, and I just haven't tried them yet. America's been doing weapons, they see with them. Yes, good point, Daniel. These islands are not in real life. They are not realistic. As with really a lot of these. I mean, there are a couple, but there are a couple of... I always forget the name of those islands. Like King's Islands? It's something dumb and colonial. Oh, do we want... +1 stability per pop. We don't quite need it. Minus 20% on Commons Quarter Industry. We don't really need that. Maybe we want guerrilla warfare to get the partisans. They're a stealth gunner unit, which is kind of fun. Or trench warfare. Yeah, let's go trench warfare first, actually. That's spicy. That is spicy. How's our military build-up going? Not terribly. Start upgrading these to line infantry and bring them to... I guess this is kind of the quote-unquote front line. So, let's send them to this Danu. Our very first district. Look at it go. +2 influence. We should really just get rid of it. Those early game districts, I think, are best... Some of them are best just replaced, frankly. I'm so happy I finally caught a stream. I'm happy you've caught a stream too, H2O. Welcome along. You've joined us in a very spicy time as well. Pleasure to have you here. Can we hook up these weapons once this outpost is done? I really hope so. Let's chop down this forest. Oh, it's going to take 4 turns, so it actually literally doesn't matter. Unfortunate, but not the end of the world. Do I want to plant forests? No. Absolutely not. We've got 29 pop in this city, so it might as well start building another army. Although, actually, first and foremost, let's go some infrastructure here, because it's very cheap. Like, ludicrously cheap, really. I want probably the infrastructure and the military training ones as well. I think they're really important. Let's just spam out a whole load of those. We'll actually just grow that city, I think. Oh my goodness, what is this new notification? 2 new cultures. The Zulu have reached industrial era and they've decided to stay as. And the Muggles have reached the industrial era and they've gone Siamese. That's a good pick. That's a really good pick. I think the Siamese are quite strong. And a little bit off meta. This has been fun, but I have a prior commitment to go to. Wish you the best of luck. Oh, thanks so much. Good. I wish you the best of luck with your prior commitment. Ming in the early modern era would like a non-aggression pact. Counter it back at them. They don't want it. That's fine. I didn't want it either. That's why I threw it back at them. Station those units there in the Danu. I've got 4 biplanes. Yikes. So, if we declare war on pink... Oh, hold on. Something interesting has happened here. I don't think they're a vassal anymore. Did they get their freedom? That's pretty good news for us. That's actually very good news for us. We're also no longer allied with them. Okay, great. I think we move on pink next. Pixel doesn't care about the environment, you heard it here first. Is there a learning curve to this game steep, or is it rather easy to get into? If you're familiar with 4X games, it's easy to get into. It uses tried and true, familiar, good 4X formula. If you're not familiar with 4X games, then there will be a bit of a learning curve to it. Pink Conquest? I think so. I think so. This is the ultimate revenge as well, because for those of you who didn't join us last time, they romped us and forced us to bend the knee. So if we can force them to bend the knee now, like I say, the poetic justice would just be off the charts. Here's our fleet of the Man of Wars. Let's buff it even a little bit more, I reckon. Let's get 2 more. We'll have a fleet of 6. We'll sail it along their coastline, right in here into Kerma, and hopefully deal a whole... What on earth is this science? They've built nothing but science here. Oh, man. Okay, they are definitely our target. We can't see a lot of military units there with them either. So let's start bringing these boys to the front lines. And how's our other army coming along? Pretty slowly. Okay. Okay, good. Yes, absolutely, Bobby, we are going to war. What do you get for clearing forests? It adds production to the nearest outpost or city, so you can build things a little bit faster. So if you place down an outpost and it's taking a while to build, you can chop down a forest within the territory and speed it up. Yeah, pretty useful. Pretty useful. I'm going to include a little bit more detail on that in a video that I'm working on at the moment, actually. But obviously... like, it's not secret. So, happy to talk about it now. Oh, here they are. Great. We're going to actually sort of reroute them, I think, to probably this territory. Just to have a little bit of an army there. I'll save up all of my gold at this point, I think. I'll stop buying infrastructure upgrades and districts and all that sort of crap. And instead just focus on saving up my gold to upgrade my units. Also, I love the fact that we are finally getting expansionist stars. It only took us the whole freaking game, but we did it. One turn, 2 turns. Yeah, see, this is pointless, really. You're still over city cap. I am, but we've got a technology coming up soon. Urban planning. Urban planning will be the next tech that we get, and then we'll have one extra city cap to play with. I don't mind being one over. One over is totally fine. Oh my goodness, we can actually claim our first wander as well. Unfortunately, we don't have a lot of choice. +1 industry per population in all cities is fairly spicy, though. We don't have huge pop cities is the only downside to that. Yep, make your way up. Got some siege units, which is fun. I haven't really used them too much. I mean, like I have, but only, I think, maybe in 1 or 2 playthroughs. So, really not a lot. Let's bring this unit here and chop some forests for this one as well. And shall we get... We probably want Eiffel Tower in the capital, because if we want to do a weird super city thing, it's going to be the capital that does it. So let's maybe just start it on its merry way. Where should we put it? Down to the south? On this hill? It's kind of cool. Let's put it on that hill. And... But we'll deprioritize it, because it's not a huge priority just yet. Get these other crappy cities working on it too, maybe. Just up my difficulty, and only one of the last 10 turns of the game. We all died to pollution. Oh my goodness. One city cap is -10 influence, so pretty trivial. Yeah, it's so trivial. You shouldn't really worry about it in the later game. In the early game, though, -10 is important. You know, like 10 influence at the start is a lot, so I wouldn't recommend you go over your city cap in the beginning. But by the time you get here... I mean, like you say, it's really not much of an impact. I would be very surprised if we didn't see them change that in future, actually. Right, let's grab, as I say, let's go urban planning next. 4 turns. So that's actually, our science is going up and up and up. That's brilliant. Vassal. Do we have any, Oh, look, we could grant them their freedom. Absolutely not. So we're just getting everything from them, and we have the top treaty benefits. It's a shame there aren't sort of more interactions, like, I don't know, maybe force them to pay you extra money, or force their population to migrate. Something like that would be quite cool. If you had just, not too much, obviously, because you wouldn't want it to be massively overpowered. Like, maybe it costs a lot of influence or something. But I think that would be quite a cool feature. There's a lot that they could add to that. But hey, this is just one moron's opinion on the internet, so what do I know? Right. I would love to make one of these a city. I can't at the minute. But what we can do is build an artisan's quarter on these weapons, which is hilarious. We broke the game. We broke the game by getting free weapons. Fantastic. And also these harbours are going to be brilliant. So in all of these outposts, as they become established, we're getting really easy builder stars as well. Right? So easy builder stars. Thanks to these incredibly cheap and convenient districts. There's another weapons. We're probably going to be the weapons king. And you can also plant forests, which is kind of fun, but arguably not very useful when this land is literally covered in forest. It's like all it's got. But it is what it is. Okay. Okay. I kind of want to say no time like the present. What units do they have? We are fairly evenly matched still. Could be a pretty tough slog. Let's consider building some garrisons up here. For some reason I can't build one. Oh, there's a resource there that's hidden. That's quite annoying, actually. Plus 20 fortification is nice. Plus 1 combat strength units adjacent district is nice. Just getting ready for war. Plus 1 veterancy level we should have had ages ago, but it is what it is. Maybe then we just get another garrison tucked in behind that one. Maybe a couple here too. literally just fortify these borders as much as possible is my plan. And then also we probably need to do it up here. There. And maybe one up by this, couple by the city as well. Shift click a couple in there. Yeah. Okay, cool. That's our sort of infrastructure planning done. We've got our fleet done. We've got a reasonable standing army. Oh, if we can get some oil, we could get siege artillery. We need the techs, don't we? We need the technologies. I only know in Humankind difficulty is +2 strength. Yeah, I'm unsure as well. Do you have any plans for getting a video on how to do and win wars in the early game? Yeah, totally. That would be really fun. I sort of will cover it in my era by era tutorials, or div, but it's sort of covered in them. But I think you're right in that it also would deserve its own video because it is arguably not a great idea for me to bury it inside of those other ones. So yeah, good point. Explain decisions versus your initial situation when selecting your first culture. I.e., why would you select the Egyptians versus the Nubians? Yes, I can. I've actually got a video coming about that tomorrow. But in a nutshell, industry. Yeah, I actually describe it in great detail tomorrow. But in a nutshell, you really want to build a solid base of either food or production to begin with, because once you're productive, everything is quick, right? So you don't need to worry about money, you don't need to worry about influence, you don't need to worry about science when you can pump out these districts each turn by turn, right? You just go Maker's Quarter, Garrison, Maker's Quarter, Garrison, and just fill the world up if you're struggling with stability. If, like me, you're not struggling with stability because you've got 1 million, then you don't even need to worry about the garrisons, right? You can literally just go, I don't know, let's go science, shift click, no, well, actually, yeah, I will replace that district. Shift click, and I can just, spam out a whole load of these and not really worry too much about the consequences, frankly, because it doesn't matter. I've got enough stability to absolutely romp home. So I can just go, wham bam, thank you ma'am. The -10, of course, will eventually add up. So throughout, you might want to go, I don't know, maybe a couple of commons quarters just to balance it. But by and large, production is king. Food is also very, very good. Uh-oh. Extreme weather has caused bad things to happen. Yikes. It hasn't tanked our stability, though. We're so stable. +2 strength, +10 fortifications. There are other big bonuses to you. Yes, good point. Yep. You think stone walls will be obsolete once planes and modern artillery become a thing? Well, the planes will ignore it. But yeah, good point, actually, good point. Yeah. Do you think you need to bother with garrisons? Garrisons are good if I plan to declare war and then stand here and let them shoot me, which is a great way to manage a war if it's fairly even. So, yes, I think that these ones here are quite important. Some of these other ones, perhaps not as much, but definitely these ones, because if I need to hold this line, I want to have the best chance possible to successfully hold it. And really the way to do that is to, take every advantage you can. Start working on the Eiffel Tower here. Okay, we do need to start fighting quickly. Do we have any more units incoming? Not really, because we're mucking around here, aren't we? Let's focus on upgrades instead. Who needs an upgrade? You still need oil. Yikes. And these guys are fully upgraded. Also yikes. Where's my extra army? It should be nearly in position. Here they are. These guys can be upgraded. So let's splash literally 7,500 gold. Look at this, line infantryman. Go, you beautiful you. Go. Okay, what's next for us? These become very, very important decisions. Combustion engine, right? We want to unlock oil so we can get those siege artillery online. Probably after that, it wouldn't hurt for us to get some planes. We're a bit behind.
I have a proposal.
Okay. Children's rights? Do we want kids to have rights? +1 researcher slot on out. On output, some worker slot. That would give us a heckload of worker slots. Arguably not needed, to be perfectly honest. +1 farmer's slot on city. +1 trader's slot. Let's go for the traders. Pump us a whole load of gold. Like a silly amount. Right, so this outpost has been established now that we chop down some forests. Which is fantastic, because we can get on board with what we actually wanted to do here. Love it. And I guess now, these guys have successfully conquered the New World. Let's bring them... Oh, actually, we could probably do... we could probably do sort of a three-pronged strike. If we reconvene these units, upgrade them when we can. Where did my third one go? Okay. Oh, there it is. Might as well just stay embarked, mate. Yo, saw your video on ceremonies, big eye-opener for me, thank you very much. Nice to be able to say it live to you. Yeah, isn't it cool to be able to interact live, Albert? Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Maintain fame lead if I pick the Harrapans. Not sure you've had the same experience. I played a lot. Yeah, yep, good point. The Harrapans are incredible. In general, choose the Harrapans or the Egyptians in the first era and you're going to have a great time. Getting 100+ multiple streams now. Yeah, isn't it cool, Brian? So many people are tuning in and playing along. It's so fun. It's so fun. I don't much care for the quote unquote fame. Well, I care about this fame. But it's really nice just to have people to talk to and as we play through. Love this game in your streams. Thanks, Dio. I love this game too. And I'm sure I would love your streams. My goodness, look at this movement. This is largely thanks to us being the Germans. Oh, but also, I'm pretty sure someone earlier gave us extra movement too, didn't they? Can the science victory be the easiest? Yeah, it's a fair pathway. It's definitely a fair pathway. Speaking of, let's put this territory on technological subsidies, because we do have a lot of research quarters coming online. Let's do that. Oh, and we have 3 units here who are doing nothing. Well, it's conscription time. Get your booties up there. I feel like we're nearly in position. Unfortunately, we don't really have anywhere to make landfall with these guys. So they're just going to have to awkwardly float around in the ocean. Unlucky. But we will be able to make landfall on this holy site and strike from the north. It probably won't be big enough to take... The Norse! Yes, thank you, Daniel. That's it. The Norse gave us that extra movement, so we're just the King of the Sea. We didn't even take the Venetians. I'd like to play another King of the Sea run, but I need a custom map that has a lot more ocean, because by default, for those of you who didn't see that playthrough, it was a really fun one, but I put the game settings up to maximum ocean, and it just still wasn't enough. There was too much land, in my opinion. So I would love to see like maybe a 90% ocean map, I think would be quite flavoursome. And we'll just station you there. Here comes old mate. Go! Paddle like there's no tomorrow. There we go. Brilliant. Okay, so those guys are in position. We are basically in position on this front line. Very, very nearly. Need to save up a bit of... What the heck? We don't have enough horses? How do we not have enough horses? We're gonna have to trade with old mate. Ah! Oh, custom map, you say? Yes, I do, Shaballs. Link in the description if you'd like to download it and try it yourself. Oh, thank you so much, Van Excel. I'm like, but I'm here with the $5 super chat. It's a pleasure to have you here. Thank you for your generosity. I so appreciate it. I so appreciate it. I just need some extra horses. Just gonna buy those. And actually, we need to trade more with the Stewart Islanders, don't we? We want their... Oh, shoot. Why are we suspended? They've got a demand. They want us... No, frankly. Now, where were we? Let's continue our trade. You paid your late fine. Yes, let it be known there's a $5 late... No, there isn't. There is not. I shouldn't even joke. Okay. What more do I need? science. So we want... and gold, actually. Science and gold, first and foremost. So we want these whales, right? Yeah, baby. All of those. I'm pretty salty as well, so I don't mind a bit of salt action, but it's only giving us food. It's also giving us stability, so I guess I'll go sage. Why not? We'll just buy them all. It can't hurt at the end of the day. Amassing quite a nice little pool of luxuries. And we've got 5 weapons, which is providing +5 combat strength per unit to us. That's actually really good. Sure, we'll do that, Civic. Jumbo, I'm watching your Large Earth video and thought I'd give you a tip. Instead of moving buildings manually on the queue for districts you want immediately, you can switch on the buyout tab. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Andres. I appreciate it. I'm not sure what this is all about, but let's go entertain.
You're at the end of an ideology axis? Well, there's something to be said for unswerving dedication to a cause.
Whew. Pretty expensive for us to be buying stuff out, isn't it? It's alright. We're doing fine. Everything's fine. Let's accept their luxury deal as well and hoover up their whales. Om nom 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 nom. No. But yeah, let's do that. Thanks very much. That'll help our science game in a big way. And surely if we have 1 in our territory, we'll be able to claim the patronage super duper improvement 5 million, right? Oh. And ooh, oh, this one's taken forever. That is brilliant. Weapons also reduce stability. Yes, they do, but thankfully, basically every other luxury is increasing it. So, by and large, on balance, we are probably hugely stable. Yeah, our empire is 99% settled. Pretty good. You guys, let's get a like spike for the chat. Surely 130 viewers can do better than 64 likes. I appreciate the rally call, Reaper. I appreciate the rally call. Speaking of rally call, are we in position? Why are these units... Have these units moved at all? Are they bugged out? I swear they've been queuing up their movement for far too long. Right? Why did that one just die when it moved in? Why are they taking damage? What's going on? That is odd. Ah, Steve says the same thing. You guys, your minds are in sync. Love it. Why not trade for oil for the upgrades? Yeah, should we just hoover some up? Ideally, I don't want to buy it from yellow. Who's got... But they're probably the only one who's got it, is the sad thing. So yeah, let's hoover that up before we go to war. Good call. Let's set the... Where is the city? Where are we looking at the moment? Ninua. Okay, Ninua. What I want to do here, and the other benefit of having a garrison, is it acts as a military spawn point. So what I can do is build a garrison about as far north as possible. Like there. And then that will be a military spawn point for a couple of heavy machine guns, I reckon. Nice. Like Spike. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. We can definitely get to 100. Yeah, 100 would be cool. 3 digits. 3 digits is nice. I don't ask for much, I just ask for 3 digits. Yep, okay. Oil a road. It's pretty expensive, but I'm willing to pay the cost. Because it's gonna hopefully pay dividends down the line. Let's see what we can do with it. So we need 2 for that upgrade. Does anyone else need it? I don't think so. Maybe our boats, actually. How is the fleet doing? Oh no, the fleet just needs gold. A whole load of it to become ironclads. Let's reposition it anyway. No, you have to go around the water. Yeah. There you go. It's taking its sweet time. Okay. We're away. I... Fine. Let's be non-aggressive. Purely because I want the trade deal with them. To hoover up their measly 3 luxuries. Why not? And do I have enough money for the next oil? I will next turn. Brilliant. I'm gonna place a couple of market quarters up here as well. They also provide us with influence, I'm pretty sure, so they're not a bad shout. And then maybe, I don't know, a couple of ironclads afterwards. Why not? Be the king of the sea at the very least. Jumbo, didn't you 8K subscribers last week? Yeah. Yeah, I did. Mac and cheese or corn dogs? Surely mac and cheese. My vote's for mac and cheese. Should we put it to a vote? Okay. Radio broadcast, positive influence on commerce quarter, don't need it. Handle industry costs, don't care. The occupation is quite useful. Mass vaccination feels topical as well. But I suppose we want... +1 unit slot for each army is actually pretty good. And then let's get aeroplanes. Nice. Hey, look. Here we go. We're going to get to use our fleet in a proper naval battle at this rate. But first and foremost, where'd that oil at? Great. Okay, oil secure. Machine guns are coming online. I need to set that spawn. Bink. I mean, granted, it's only 2 turns movement, but it matters, right? It matters, because we want to go to war. What is this movement? It's Spaghetti freaking junction. Okay, yes, run your little machine gun up here. Thank you kindly. Well, okay, what do we got going on here? What? Who are you and why are you fighting me? Let's retreat. We kind of don't want to lose these units, so let's just bring them into allied territory, I guess. Walk them back through there. We're nearly ready. We are so nearly ready for this war. You can mine oil on our own now. Oh, yay, we can too. Let's get oil online. Let's get oil online. Oh, and W177, thank you so much for becoming a member of the channel and essentially Twitch subscribing. I appreciate that a lot. And the JumboPixels as well. That is awesome. Thank you so much. The other day it was at 1. Yeah, Brian, I know, right? I know. It really does feel like just yesterday. The channel's gained about, I think, 4,500 subscribers this month, which is just nuts. And it is thanks to you. It is really thanks to you. How's Fame looking? We are closing the gap, but not closing it fast enough. Let's build the Eiffel Tower. And really we need to now focus on getting through this era as well. So we're about to get the militarist stars. I think we should move on that war now, actually. Let's not waste any more time, because that will be our key to surging through into the next era. So, no time like the present. Absolutely, you deserve... Oh, thank you. I actually really do appreciate it, and it does help me do more of this in general, right? The more of my time that I can free up, the more I can do. So I love it. Seriously, thank you so much. Okay. I think we do this. What's the most important unit to upgrade? Probably this one. Right? Siege artillery. Seeing as we're going to be sieging. Look at that. We can... This, by the way, this is very cool. This is very cool. Siege units in Humankind work differently to previous games. In Humankind, you can use them just like this. So once I declare war with them, I can post my siege artillery actually a really long way away and strike and damage districts and buildings. So you can see here, the main plaza, the Maker's Quarter, and the Research Quarter is going to take about 1/3 damage from this artillery strike. So you don't just have to shoot units with them. You can also destroy their infrastructure. Now, why does that matter? Well, they might be hiding behind walls and forts or garrisons. But even if they're not, and even if you don't plan on taking the city itself, you can use it to strike their infrastructure and destroy it. So if you find an area like this, which has a whole load of research quarters, and as you can see here, if I shot this with, say, 4 siege artilleries, I would actually destroy them, and that would really tank their science. So don't overlook the power of these kind of strikes that aren't just exclusive to artillery units either. Some of the later game other type of military units, like air units, can do the same thing. So yeah, something to bear in mind, and I think a really, really important tip, not only to crush your opponent's military units, but also their infrastructure, and therefore their yields and the success of their entire empire. So, as I say, no time like the present. They have some sort of crises against us. They've got a demand. They want that island. I'm going to refuse it. That'll really peeve them off. Ooh! And it's forced them to declare war on us. Brilliant. Brilliant. War has been declared by the Persians. I say brilliant because now we're the good guy. We're the good guy now. Right? We're fighting the good fight. Love it. Absolutely love it. Okay. Now that they've declared war on us, we can put this into action. Strike the main plaza. How did it do? Lost 11%. No units or districts or trade routes destroyed, but 11%, right? We're away at them. A 6 unit's going to be enough to siege the city? Yes, because they've left it entirely undefended. Brilliant. Let's assault it immediately. Okay, who wants some, you filthy peasants? It's a bit of a squeeze, but we'll work our way there. Let's yeet the siege artillery. We could strike the city, but I reckon we just start busting down some of these units. Seems good. I wonder if we yeet this guy over there. Cover the flank. Anyone else want to cover the flank? Kind of this guy does too, but it's quite far. We'll do it anyway. We could reinforce, but I actually don't think we need to. We're doing nukes this playthrough. If we get to them, we absolutely will. I'm unsure if we'll get there, though. They're taking huge damage in trying to attack into me here, which is brilliant. Let me turn off these district yields so it's a bit cleaner. This double promoted unit just absolutely wrecks face. So good. Siege artillery can clean that one up. Then we can fire and not quite move our way through because our units are blocking us, but that's okay. Move that one there and get this flank action going on too. Couple of shots. There's the flank completely destroyed, essentially. Look at this guy. He's thinking. Come on. You can do it, line infantry. I know you can. You create a favourable political climate for war, and as a bonus, you're not seen as the aggressor. I know, right? We've absolutely played the system here. Okay, there we go. It's their turn. I don't think they're going to be able to do much. They're going to run at us with these peasants and just get mowed down. Let's now move into the city. This glitchy unit will strike. This glitchy unit will strike. And just like that, Siege 1 is done. But we're not stopping there. We've got more ground to cover. Remember, we have this fleet that we built that we may not even get to... Ah, here we go. Here we go. This unit will absolutely flee as my... It didn't? Oh, it did. Okay. Bye-bye, friend. I'm not going to pursue it any further because I want to get in here. And I don't want to waste too much of our war support on destroying weak little units like this. But I will challenge this one and push it in. Look at this as we sail into the harbour with our mega fleet arriving in Kerma. Oh my goodness, it's like the fall of King's Landing here. This is literally the fall of King's Landing. Insta resolve, insta success. I'm here. I'm here and I'm ready to strike. Let's move this contingency force. It's a fairly weak one. And these units, what is going on with these guys? Why are they taking so much damage? They're literally just standing here and dying. I don't understand. I think they might be completely glitched out. So I might just disband them. It doesn't even like me doing that. Yeah, they are. These guys are broken. I'm not sure what's happened to them. It's a real shame because there's 4 units, but they're just not responding to anything I ask. They're an incredibly disobedient child. Has anyone struck that in chat? If in the chat for Game of Thrones. Yeah. Yeah. Can the Huns not attach territories? No, that's their downside. They cannot attach territories or upgrade into cities. But it tends to not really be an issue because you can snowball and take other people's cities, right? It is a trade-off, but not a massive one. Okay, that is not a fight I immediately want to do, but that army's probably strong enough. We'll move in next turn once we've got our movement back. Yes, we are at war with them. They're still demanding that. I'm not sure why. Whatever. Okay, who still needs to do their turn? You can just be stationed there. Brilliant. Right, let's roll through. What are they going to do with their units? Oh, they actually retreated. Maybe they're coming here to fight these ones. That's a trade-off I'm willing to make. I'll retreat away from them. That's push them that way, which might give us a window of opportunity if we can move through quickly here. We cannot. That's fine. Finish that Eiffel Tower up. These units are slowly going to wander their way over. Come on, boys. Come on, boys. You can do it. Why not merge up, actually? Become a mega army of line infantry. And then we'll slowly wheel out 1 siege artillery. We do also have a couple of machine gunners, right? Where'd the second one go? Oh, it's ready to deploy. Great. Wait, where did the second one go? Ridiculous. Oh, they're both... Why does it say 1 when there's clearly 2? What is going on with my armies today? These guys are just not listening to me at all. The frozen unit thing happened to me. I just loaded up last turn. It was fine. No, I haven't, Max. Looking for the best way to attack. Yeah. Yep, you're not wrong. It actually might be worth... Nah, it's not worth it. I was gonna say, it might be worth popping back here and da-da-da, but I don't think it is. I would really like to have 1 additional army here, though. It's a shame that these guys are just absolutely broken. What about these guys? Okay, oh yeah, these are the retreaters. Okay, let's bring the retreaters through this way and try and rendezvous with the rest of the army. In the meantime, I think we'll continue the aggression. Yeah, we will. It's actually a battle we might lose. Do I attack this? Game's bugged. Try reload. Yeah, alright. We'll try reload next turn. Although it is just one lot. Oh, it does matter, though. Start making our own oil, which is super nice. And get the Eiffel Tower online. Can't upgrade outside friendly territory. That's okay. We now have the numbers. Okay, let's do it. Oh, we actually massively have the numbers. Let's see what the AI does. I'll give them a turn to see what they do. I always do find it quite interesting to manually start the battle but then auto-resolve. To just sort of see how they play. They seem to be like standing in the garrisons which I built, which is really nice that they're actually using those garrisons. And now they've moved in probably for the kill? No, they... Oh, maybe. Oh, look at that big flank. You go, you. Okay, so we took out a couple of units. Now let's... This is a tough one. I'm going to manual this because I don't want to move into their forts, really, here. I want to actually probably step back and reposition, to be honest. They're redeploying a whole load of units up to north, which is fine. Can't get our boats in the area of battle. We're in this awkward spot in the middle. There's our militarist stars, which is great. Kia ora, just wanted to say... I know it's pronounced rendezvous. I say rendezvous because that's the way it's spelt. Yeah. Thank you. But I'm saying it on purpose. But I appreciate the sharing of knowledge nonetheless. Imagine if I actually thought it was rendezvous. Rendezvous. Yes. My French is fantastic. Oui, oui, rendezvous. Oui, oui, rendezvous. Okay, these guys are just being absolutely obliterated. War support is increasing rather than decreasing, which is awesome to see. You do probably want to step into there, because that's a great position to strike from. Likewise, we'll go the old 1-2, miss a few. How are you outside of sight? You can very clearly see that. Now you definitely can. They just one-shot my machine gun? What the heck? Jeepers. That was a bit rough. Oh, look, we're 145 people. Nice to see some people coming in. Have you tried flipping those units onto auto-explore? Which ones? Huh? Nah, I'm not taking +6. Let's full... Oh, we need to keep the blinking flag, probably. Although we can bait them for a turn to take the flag. I don't mind the old flag bait, to be honest. These guys are dug in, but also crossing a river, but that's okay. Yeah, let's do that. Because we've taken a few losses, so I don't mind if they want to come out of this position. Come out of either of those positions, actually. We're well fortified in these two garrisons. Here's the garrisons paying dividend. Anyone to reinforce? Cannot be done as it's not my turn. But yeah, it would be nice actually to bring this siege in. What's going on up here in the battle? They're bringing in a couple more units. Alright. Let's, on our turn, reinforce with the siege artillery. Should have done that a while ago. Sort of didn't think I would need it somehow. Welcome to the battle. Please. Okay. I don't want to reload right now because we're winning this battle. Oh, shoot. Take that one down at least. Unfortunately, they took our flag, so that counted as a defeat. But I actually don't think that's the end of the world, because we might be able to come back better than ever. Let's build another contingency force here instead of Le Eiffel Tower. Let's go... Who's been best for us? I mean, really, it's been the line infantry. And arguably, the machine gunners haven't been great. But I'll get 2 more, and I'll get 2 siege artilleries there. In Assur, let's do the same thing again. 2, maybe 3 of them, actually. 1. Yeah, 3-1-1 will do. Assur's, we've just absolutely... Everyone in Assur has been conscripted at this point. There's like no population left in the entire city, which is amazing. Also would be nice to just quickly pop over into friendly territory and upgrade these knights if we can get a bit of cash moolah behind us. Machine gun can't retaliate, which makes them useless. Mark, thanks for the videos. My pleasure, Mark. Made it to another live stream. Ah, nice, Nico. Love watching Jumbo rock Humankind. Definitely considering buying a whole new PC just to play it. Oh, cool. It's a fun game. It's a very fun game. I like it a lot. Okay, in you go. And this is going to be double useful because... Huh? Okay. Kind of weird. Don't we have an alliance? We must have broken our alliance with them too. That's a bit of a yikes. Let's retreat. And yeah, I like your idea of putting these guys on auto, so let's just send them off on their merry way. But actually, we could kind of use them. Okay, let's end this turn and then maybe do a reload. Maybe. Just to reset the game. Group your units into 8. Saves a lot of money. Yeah, good point. Really good point. I should be making the most of my army cap, shouldn't I? I like the idea, like I like this sort of roleplay idea of having different battalions, but it just doesn't really matter, does it? At the end of the day, it just doesn't matter. So we need probably our strongest boy, which is this guy, on the flag. And then the geography's pretty rough as guts, to be honest. But let's just sort of stand on this high-ish ground and literally just trade blows. Gun for gun. Wait, there's an army cap. Yeah, so, where's a... I can probably show you. You'd think I'd be able to show you. I will show... Why would you fight me here? What are you thinking? You fool. So see here, so at the moment my army cap is 8, so I can have 8 units in this regiment, I should say. And by default, I'm pretty sure it starts at 4, and then you can get various technologies and blah 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 to increase it. Oh, honor is very good for us right now. We can spam out units at plus 20% speed. And interestingly, these units take the same amount of damage, despite one of them being fortified. Feels bad, man. Can you shoot from there? Yes. And then I guess we want you here. Love it. The flag only matters for the last round, by the way. Keep them in the river. True, if I can take it back in the last round. I would add a little caveat there at. It only matters in the last round, providing I have the firepower to take it back, which I may not. Okay, this is becoming really annoying that I can't reinforce this. Although we might actually just be able to strike from here. Oh, friendly fire? Friendly fire! No, don't do it. Okay. We've got one more unit to fight. We'll shoot this guy who's dug in the river. Just absolutely bombarding this one unit. River takes a lot of combat power. Yeah, you can see the... it's a shame it doesn't actually say... Oh, we can see it once we aim. Yeah, I mean, it's really not that much, to be honest. It's a shame it doesn't say, like, -1 for river. Like, you see here, you can see it's -1 for damaged, but it doesn't say -1 for river, or whatever it is. What does anyone know the exact number? I don't. I do not. Who can we take out? This one. Nah. Okay, cool. That battle will continue next turn, which is quite nice. -3 from crossing a river. Okay. Okay, that is significant. That is significant. Should we get the howitzer? I don't love the howitzer. I'm not in love with the howitzer, put it that way. Get microbiology and guerrilla warfare and then wireless telegraphy. What's going on up here? A lot of powerful things. Let's dwindle down their forces so that we'll be able to take back the flag once they step on it. Is the idea. We do have another unit which can hopefully come over and at least merge with these guys. Nice. Reinforce. Please reinforce. This is big, actually. Even just one extra unit here is massive. Yeah, look at that massive 6 damage. Wow. Right, what do we got? Bountiful, overproductive, and stability. Let's go the stability just at the moment because we are holding some territories which aren't ours. Yeah, let's actually just load it now. I can redo that turn pretty easily. So, story time. We've got, what, 120. We've lost a couple of viewers, but that's okay. Oh, by the way, 8 more likes and we can hit the 3-digit mark. Anyway, story time. Yesterday, I was recording what was actually take 3 of a video I'd been trying to make. Yesterday did not go my way. It started with a flat tire. It ended in catastrophe. And all the way through the day, it was just one of those days, you know, where you just... something goes wrong, just tiny little things, and you're just like, man, the deck is stacked against me today. Anyway, I sit down to record my 3rd attempt at recording a video. The first time didn't work because my mic was off. The second time didn't work because my PC crashed. So, there's the context. So I sit down to record this video, I turn on my mic, and I start recording. I'm like, blah, blah, blah. Recording this video, it's about the importance of industry and the power of the Egyptian culture. So, I record this video, I'm just sitting there, like, doing what I do, you know, talking away to myself, as you do when you're recording stuff. By the way, we just absolutely swept, wow, what a round. We reloaded and I don't know what happened, but something changed, because now we are hugely powerful. Anyway, I sit down, I'm recording this video, it's going fine, I'm pretty had it, to be fair. Like, I'm like, oh, jeepers, what a day, but I really want to make this video because it's an important message to share. And so, I record this video, everything's fine. I get to the end of recording it, and to be fair, the recording goes quite smoothly, because I've done it 2 times before. So I know what I want to say, I know what I want to show, right? I've practiced it, essentially. And then right at the end, I hear, let me replay a super chat. I'm just going to replay the last super chat, which was Van Sixel's one from 35 minutes ago. So I hear that sound, that ding, and I'm like, huh? What is that sound? How did I get a super chat? I'm not live streaming. And I look over to my second budget monitor that I found on the side of the road, best find of my life, and I see that the streaming software that I use is open. and I didn't open it. It must have auto-opened when I turned my computer on, which it doesn't normally do. And I look down in the bottom right corner, where the Start Stream button is, and what does it say instead of Start Stream? It says End Stream. Huh? So I open up the software, and I've been streaming for 38 minutes on a stream that I created in YouTube 6 months ago called something like Civilization 6 Vietnam Gameplay. This was 6 months ago when Vietnam came out in Civ 6. The channel had, I think I had about 600 subscribers at the point, and I was just starting to play around with live streaming, but not really doing it. Like, it was just, I wasn't really putting much time into the channel, basically. I was sort of ignoring the channel. But I wanted to play Vietnam, because I was like, yeah, Vietnam, that's cool. And so what had happened was, Streamlabs had found this old, inactive, privated draft live stream. It had gone live without me asking. I have no idea how it did that. That's the only part that I don't understand. I don't understand how it went live without me asking, because maybe I misclicked. Maybe, right? I absolutely could have. But it doesn't make sense to me at all. And so I've been accidentally live streaming this recording. And let me tell you why this matters. I had no idea I was doing it, and I didn't realize until 38 minutes in. Let me tell you, it is the most terrifying thing. No, it was Humankind. I was recording a Humankind video. It was the most terrifying moment of this whole YouTube thing that I've ever had. Why? Because I didn't know I was live. I was accidentally live streaming while I was recording a video. And get out of here, you bot! Every time. Hide this user from channel. The bot interrupted. Anyway, every time. And so it was absolutely terrifying, right? Because here I am not realizing that I'm live streaming. And as you might imagine, when I'm not live streaming, I am actually mostly the same person, to be fair. Like, obviously I'm trying to be my best self while I'm live streaming, but by and large, my personality doesn't really change. Although while I'm recording, of course, I'm not talking constantly. I'm, like, taking little breaks between sections, and you know, like, thinking about what I want to say next, or getting something ready, getting the next thing ready that I can talk about. So there would have been moments where I was just, like, quiet, or just, like, mumbling to myself about nothing. The reason why it's terrifying is because what if I had said something bad? What if I had loaded something bad? What if I... Like, it was literally, like, my cancel moment. Hashtag cancel Jumbo is what it would have been, right? Luckily for me, I'm not a raging racist or a particularly hateful person. By and large, like I see, what you do is what you get. And what you see is what you get. And so, yeah, there you go. Obviously, since then, I have, oh, I can get the flag easily, can I? I have, you know, changed protocols, and, and I do things a little bit differently now to ensure that that won't happen again. But literally, it was my hashtag cancel moment. Honestly, I was like, oh no, I've only just started finding some success here. And now I'm gonna get cancelled because of something that I probably just mumbled to myself. So there you go, there is story time. And I want to give a huge shout out to the 40 or so people who saw it. And also to Max, Epic Cheese Cat, Seaton, and Sanogo, who super chatted to try and send me the alerts so that I would realize that I was live streaming. Yeah. Yeah, I have now learned my lesson and absolutely upped my security, upped everything, shifted everything around, so I can confidently say it will not happen again. But yeah, it was a real live stream. Yeah, live for the world. Obviously I've privated it since because it was not a proper live stream and it shouldn't have been out there. But yeah, so there's my story. I saw it yesterday and it was a good trailer for that video. Lol. I reached out immediately onto the someone reached out to me on Twitter, which would have been the best way to get a hold of me instantly because I would have got a notification. Someone reached out to me on Twitter and also on the Discord, and so thank you to the super chatters because I literally wouldn't have realized if it wasn't for the fact that I happened to hear an alert for a super chat. So thanks so much. Honestly, you probably saved my bacon. The hashtag cancel Jumbo movement was not able to get off the ground. Largely thanks to me. No editing streams? Yeah, that could be kind of fun. I wouldn't mind doing a behind the scenes stream. I'd just like to know that I was actually doing it. Right? I don't mind sharing behind the scenes. It's boring. It would have been very boring for the viewers. Just me mumbling away, recording little bits of video. But yeah, I'd like to know that I'm actually doing it. Right, I'm gonna flank around with these horses, and where is their flag exactly? I'm not sure. But yeah, there's my story. I hope you can find some enjoyment out of it, because I can assure you I did not. I was absolutely, to be frank, and kids, block your ears, I was shitting bricks. I was shitting bricks. Right, whose turn is it? This guy. This guy's a really good guy too, but we might just hold him back. Can we sneak around? Oh, yes, look, this is... Oh, no, it's not in the perimeter of the battlefield. What we'll probably do is swap out strong guys for weak guys, so we'll just hold these guys at the back. Let them shoot me a bit. Interesting that they're not shooting my horses. Oh, no. Please don't die. You're dug in. You should be fine. Okay, cool. They shot that one. Nice. And now what we'll do... Oh, bummer. Next turn. Okay. Oh, we can end turn immediately, though. It was not boring, it was a hoot. I doubt that very much, Max. Next to the river between the mountains. It was fun, though, because Jumbo didn't do anything bad. Yeah. Like I say, by and large, I don't, and I wouldn't. So I was sort of a little bit confident, but still a bit worrying. By the river next to the mountains. Do you mean this administrative center? Which river and mountains are we talking? And why can I not just see it outright? Well, it's not Kerma's, right? It's just there. Is this it? The city itself, I assume. Either way, it doesn't really matter because we're just going to brutalize them, right? Oh, we are actually turn pending. Hey, while we're pending, I'm just going to quickly go and grab a drink. I'll be right back. And I won't mute my mic, and I'll walk away and swear and yell and rage or something. Oh, okay, that was quick. Under the horse. Under the horse? Can we finish these guys? Oh man, we are still turn pending. Yikes. If I click into a city or something, maybe? Oh, shoot. Do I have to reload? We fun to see a stream of you raging, though. Yeah. We'll do that on... Oh, no. We'll do that on Twitch instead, shall we? Unfortunately, I think I am going to have to reload that, because that was... Yeah. It looks like I've got the... You're right, Smeg. It looks like I've got the turn-ending bug, which is ugly. I think they're a big resources guy. We played the Norse get the New World early. It's pretty dang nice. No, I haven't. No, I haven't. Would the Norse get there before I get trade expeditions, though? Wouldn't I get trade expeditions first? I'm not sure on the timing, actually. I guess it depends on how many era stars you can get, right? So unfortunately, I'm just gonna have to like re-click and make all the same decisions as before. We could almost actually just manually resolve this. Sorry, auto resolve this once we kick it off. Oh no, that's right. This is the absolute sweeping victory, isn't it? We've played this before. That battle is fine. And then we have 3 more units. Those 2 useless cavalry, right? And we don't really need them as dragoons either. Not particularly helpful. Did these units free up now? No, they are still bugged. I have no idea why they are bugged there. Maybe that tile is bugged, actually. The fact that it's not rendering makes me think it might be a tile-based issue. I don't know. Let's also follow your advice and connect these up where we can. Short. And short. There we go. Got a nice big army here. Reduce our cost. What the heck? Ah. I've already hidden them and banned them from the channel. How many YouTube accounts are called webcams-chat.com hot girls and boys? Honestly. How many times do I have to ban you? Get out of here, you freaking spammer. Totally agree, Jacob, Lord, Steve. What's the advantage of mini cities over larger cities? Well, each city has its own city center tile, which is super useful in terms of the yields it produces, right? So this is more important in the early game rather than the later game, but each city will provide influence, and if you get more influence, then you're away laughing, because you're going to be able to settle even more and even more and even more. So it's about a trade-off, I think. It's about a trade-off. We're stuck on turn 196 again. You could try switch a cheap unit into the bugged army. Maybe it's actually the bugged army that's causing all of these problems. I'll try reload one more time and maybe just do nothing. Like maybe literally just end the turn. I think science cultures or Norse culture are pretty dang good for getting to the new world. Yeah, I suppose also science cultures, right? Because then you can get trade expeditions fast. Outposts produce influence too. Yeah, but no, nowhere near as much as city center. City center will produce all yields. Outposts will produce food and production by default, really, more than anything. It's the city centers that produce influence in the early game. Yeah, particularly with the infrastructure upgrades, right? Because you need cities to have infrastructure, and then you can get the pottery, which is another +4, and you end up with your cities that are like around maybe 10 or 12 influence, which is pretty good. I kind of don't even want to play this battle because I'm afraid it's going to bug. I'm just not going to touch them at all. But maybe, I like your suggestion about trying to add something to them later. So let's try and just like, I don't know, make a gun there. That shouldn't break the game. And then maybe I just auto-resolve this battle instead of manually controlling it. I don't know, the AI might like that a bit better. The game doesn't want you to build the Eiffel Tower. Oh, what if it's the Eiffel Tower that's causing the problems? It could well be. Okay, I'm just gonna like do everything sort of normally here. Not gonna do anything fancy. Just gonna auto-resolve and end turn and see if that fixes it. Can you set the bugged army to auto-roam? Another good idea. No. Although now we're turn pending again. Oh! This would be a really sad ending to this game if we end up turn pending our way through it. I guess my other option is I jump back 2 turns. You could attack yellow's navy. You can attack pink to the north. Yeah. Leaves you a real... Yeah, true, Seaton. A much more reliable way to find the new world with the Norse. Totally. Disband units. I tried to disband them. That didn't work. We're still bugged out on this turn. Let's try jump back 2 turns. Could have been a decision made slightly earlier that's bugging it out. If this doesn't work, though, I'm starting to run out of ideas. Oh, disaster. This is the first time I've properly been hit by this glitch, actually. Like, I've seen it before, don't get me wrong, but usually a reload fixes it every time. Like, almost always, actually. So, let's try reload at turn 195. Should I just cancel the Eiffel Tower, just in case it's the Eiffel Tower that's ruining everything? I don't trust the Eiffel Tower. Now it's going to take 3 turns. There we go. I like that. Okay, and then while we wait, I guess let's just go, like, science and stuff in these cities. Just to give them something to do. Add to the queue. Okay. Heard it once, but for some reason doing nukes tests was the culprit. I have to restart Humankind and load. Yeah, true. Let's just literally do as little as humanly possible. Let's see if turn 195 works. So turn 195 works, it's indicative of a much wider issue, I think. Turn pending happening to everyone, is it a thing? Restart the game. This bug happens in Endless Legend. Right. Might need to just do a big restart. Okay, yeah, let's try a restart. 3 onto just the be right back screen. What? And let me just very quickly exit to desktop and reload this bad boy. This would have been a great time for me to tell my story about how I nearly got cancelled. It was this stream was called Civilization 6 Vietnam Gameplay / Playthrough, open parentheses, #2, close parentheses, space, sun emoji. Love it. Man, I was so playful. Such a playful, fun time. Oh man, and thanks so much to everybody who's liked the video as well, by the way. We surged over our goal of 100, which is awesome to see. Okay, Humankind's starting back up. Let me throw you back in a second. This was literally... It's the motto of my life. Yeah, it made the game unplayable for me twice, even if I restarted the game and even if I loaded older saves. Oh no, mellow fellow, I don't like the sound of that. I don't like the sound of that. It would be heartbreaking to lose this playthrough. I'd lose, by lose I don't mean be defeated, because defeat is absolutely an option that could happen here. Of course, I mean lose, lose the save. Okay, right, I'm loading back in. I'll try it turn 196. And I can chuck you back onto, where's the be right back screen? There it is. Awesome and partly contagious. Makes me excited to play Humankind. Just thought I'd say that seeing you. Oh, thanks, Stinky Snorlax. I appreciate it. I do appreciate that. Yellow AI is a sore loser, so they bugged my game. And the stupid thing is they were winning! They didn't even need to! Okay. We're back in. At turn 196. A fresh reload. Let's see if these tiles are still glitched. I don't like that. That's not a good sign. Okay. This battle has to happen because it's been triggered, but we'll just auto it. We know we win it. How many times do we have to slay these units as they cross through the river? Oh man. And then we revoke the civic. Maybe this time I choose a different event. Let's try overproductive instead, shall we? If you give an outpost to those wandering units that don't have a city, it will turn into a city with 0 to 4 pop. Yes. You are bang on the money. Maybe I move this unit. That's something different. The game might be like, oh, you did something different. I'll let you away with it this time. units weren't built normally like upgraded scouts. Admittedly, never as bad as the bugged army. Yeah, the bugged army is an entirely new one to me. Okay, let's see. Come on. Maybe if I siege this... No, we tried that last time, didn't we? And it didn't work. Let's just station an end. Please. Please. Amplitude, humankind, and all things holy. Do not ruin this save for me. I think it's ruined this save for me. What a heartbreak. My only other option would be to try and... It would be ridiculous. It would be to try and go back even further pre-glitch. But where would pre-glitch even be? Is the thing that I'm concerned about. And I think we've kind of exhausted our options. Man, this feels so bad. Okay, one more go. Let's jump back, say... It would suck to lose 6 turns, but it would suck even more to lose the whole game. So, let me just jump back 6 turns, see if we can try and get behind the end turn glitch. Oh, what a disaster. Before I built the Eiffel Tower. Do you think it was the Eiffel Tower? Imagine if it was the Eiffel Tower. The Eiffel Tower bugged the game. Imagine. I've not heard of an Eiffel Tower bug before. I think it's probably to do with the units and the weird map. Like, this doesn't inspire me with any great confidence. These guys have 0 movement, so they actually can't move this time. Have we declared war yet? No, we haven't. So this is before war, before refusing the demand. Okay. We know that we can win the war. So let me just speed through turns and see if we can get past 196. Had a bugged army that wouldn't embark no matter what I tried. Hope you have luck getting around it. Ugh. Hello, what happened? I just came in. Oh, Ivan, I'd love to say you've joined us at a great time. But we're having a little bit issue. We're unfortunately having big issues, actually. Tried deleting the units. I've tried disbanding them. I've tried transferring them. Interestingly, the transfer is actually bringing me an overlay. But look, now it's glitching on turn 190. Oh. Okay. One more time. Let's go as far back as we can, which is turn 187. This is an intentional live stream. I was just sharing that story before Insomniac. This one is on purpose. Oh, this is such a shame. This is so disappointing. If I can't save this now, jumping back 10 turns, I'm going to bring out the salt, and I am just going to eat it all. This does not bode well, even older saves now. Yeah, it's starting to retrace back through all of the old saves somehow. The whole world has been corrupted. We can't get back before the Eiffel Tower, so we can't fix that even if that was the problem. These units have no movement this turn, so I'll just leave them. Have you had an update since last night? I have not manually done an update, so unless they pushed out a patch update, no. Let me just check if they did. Where are we? Steam. Mostly positive. Surely we can review Humankind better than that. Although this is not a... Granted, this is not a fantastic example. Green Day 237 recommends it with 43 hours played. Big mood. No, there's no update by the looks. Yeah, it has been a bug for a long time, but potentially, I think the point that they were maybe trying to make was maybe I was playing on an older version of the game to start the save, and then a newer version to finish it, and that could have bugged it. Are you playing on the beta? No, I always live stream on the main versions. F in the chat, can we just roll some Fs through the chat? No, we shouldn't, because then people will tune in and be like, what's this crappy live stream? You can't fix it reloading, you have to start a new game. Yep, sadly. If we can't fix it reloading, we're just going to have to start a new playthrough. Or rebooting the PC might help, number one rule. Yeah, the old off and on trick. I will do that, but of course I'll have to do that off stream, right? So if this doesn't work now, off stream, I will try my best to save this game. I'll try my best to recover this game. But I'll do that off stream because you guys don't want to be hanging around while I muck about with all that sort of stupid stuff, hey? Okay. I reckon these guys could be the reason why it's not working, but I don't know. Now the transfer option isn't there. Oh my goodness, disband is working now. A glimmer of hope in a dark day. They're gone. We got the agrarian staff, adding them into the city. That feels bad because they already existed. However, hold your Fs. Hold your Fs. Okay, what else do I need to... What else could I do that could potentially be bugged? The Eiffel Tower is finishing in one turn as well, and I don't trust it. I don't trust it. So I'm just gonna stop the cities producing it who are producing it. Who is the last one? You. Right. You as well. I just want no one producing this thing, just in case it's the source of the problem. We're going to try and problem solve as much as we can, and hope and pray we might actually be able to save it. So does this mean we change to POG instead? It might work. Yeah, this could actually work. This is the most progress we've made. Sure. Okay. But if it doesn't work this time, like I say, we might just have to, because an update started in the background and my processor couldn't handle it. Oh, yikes. I will try and recover it after stream and see if it's salvageable, and then we'll either play it in the next stream or we'll start a new game. I'm gonna auto-resolve this battle just because I don't trust my movements, and I'll just let the AI do it. Go on, you beautiful AI. We know you win this battle every time. This unit's got nothing to do. Is it bugged as well? Should I disband it just to be safe? I don't like these guys ending turn on this tile. I'm going to move them off it because I feel like it could be the tiles that are glitched somehow. The fact that they're not rendering at all is weird, and I haven't seen that before. So I want to try and end my turn with no units on dodgy tiles as well. Just in case it's a dodgy tile thing. You're fine. You guys are all fine. I don't think we have any units up here. We've just got our little vassal. Lol. We've got this beautiful new world, which actually we could do something up here and turn it into a city if we wanted to. But we won't focus on that right now. Could be something that the AI does. Could be. It could be. But we could end up going down a real rabbit hole of every single possibility, right? Okay, I think that's fine. I'm gonna skip turn instead of stationing, just to try something different. Okay. A city is producing the Eiffel Tower. Yes, but it's not going to finish it. I was worried that it's the completion of the Eiffel Tower that's ruining it. But maybe just to be safe, we stop it producing it as well. Just to be safe. Which one is it? That one. Nice. Good catch. Good catch. Okay, here we go. The tile thing's just a visual bug. Never witnessed any hang-up in conjunction to it. Yes, but just because you've seen 3 birds and they're all black does not mean every bird is black. But your point's well taken, and I appreciate the feedback. Thank you, Kit. Okay, please cross your fingers. Can I get crossed fingers? Please. Okay. I've tried almost everything I can think of except for a full, hard restart of my computer, which would of course end the stream. Alt F4 will save it. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to wrap up the stream now, and chuck us into the thank yous and the be right backs, and answer any questions you have. If you want to ask me anything, or just discuss anything, chuck it in the chat. That is such a shame. I've tried reloading the game, I've tried reloading the save, we've tried getting rid of the glitchy units, we've tried auto-resolving, we've tried manually resolving, we've removed the Eiffel Tower, we've added the Eiffel Tower, we've made different civics decisions, no civics decisions. It's a tough one. It's a tough one. So what I'll do is I will wrap up now, as I say, manually save this game, and then off stream, I'll do a hard restart. I'll try and go back as far as I can and do some more problem solving, and maybe we can salvage this world. I really hope we can, because I really want to finish this, but if we can't, we will do another play next time. I've had some success with ending the turn on the civic screen while I have this bug. Okay, we'll try that one more thing. I'll try your one suggestion and then we'll wrap it up. This happened in Endless Space 2. Yeah, it's something that Amplitude Studios have struggled with a bit historically in a few of their other titles. You're right. Unfortunately, it's I've never encountered it in their other games, but I didn't play them when they first released. So, and I'm not sure if it's still a thing. I never encountered it when I played Endless Legend like maybe a year or so ago. Okay, we'll try ending it on the civic screen, but then I will wrap up. I'm not hopeful that it's going to help, to be honest. But I will do the old disband trick, because I like the idea of getting the Agrarian Era star, to be honest. And I think the save might be dead anyway. So let's just throw them in. Right, so you reckon end the turn on the civic screen. Maybe also we just, like... I can't get out of this battle. We'll end that. Well, I could try end the round first, I suppose. Like, give them a chance. And then destroy them. I'll refuse that. I usually accept it. Something different. And then, just get rid of these units. Skip turn. Okay, so you reckon on the civic screen? I'll try it. But otherwise, yeah, it could be anything. We could be here all day trying to problem solve, and at the end of the day, actually, the save could just be busted. Had this bug before. Instead of loading the autosave, load manual save right at the end. It's happened quite a few times. Yeah, pretty annoying, eh? Yikes. Yikes. Oh. Ha! Okay, I think the world may be a little bit more bugged than we might have thought. It didn't like me doing that very much. I tried to sort of force it to save on the end turn, and it's just given me an error which I haven't seen before. So, we will wrap up the stream here. Like I say, I'll try and salvage the save file. I'll spend an hour or so on it this afternoon, and see if I can save it. But this operation was cancelled at Amplitude Mercury Game. So, copy that one to the clipboard. Right, well, I've never seen that before either. I've really screwed it somehow. Maybe I need to uninstall it, actually. Uninstall and reinstall. Could be worth a shot. Could be worth a shot. Just wrapping up the stream here, I'd like to give a super duper shout out to Gareth, who super chatted before the stream even started. Gareth, I appreciate you, and I hope you're enjoying your drinks with your friends, or whomever. Devilish as well, snuck in with the $1.99. Alan chucked $1 afterwards. KS High with the 200 yen. Van Excel with $5 as well. And a new member, Reaper. Thanks for joining. Thanks for joining and becoming a new member of the JumboPixels as well. I really appreciate that. Thank you, Chewbacca. I appreciate the good luck. Seaton and Peter, I appreciate it as well. My next stream will be on Monday morning my time, which is Sunday night for most of you guys. Around 8:30 p.m. GMT, which is I think 5 p.m. on East Coast time. New York time at the minute. So that's where we'll be. It will either be the German spot as usual. Good call, Kit. It will either be this playthrough if I can salvage it, or it will be a new one. Maybe a one city challenge. There's another challenge I'd like to try. Maybe the same culture challenge. So yeah, we'll give that a go if this one doesn't work. Thank you so much for watching, and I'm sorry this was a really disappointing ending. I really am. That's such a shame. Like, such a huge shame. That the one more turn bug has ruined it for us. However, I will end here and hopefully not accidentally stream again later. Hashtag cancel Jumbo. Differentiating on the Germans for building the Apple. So true, KSI. So true. Alright, nighty night, Andre. Thank you, Daniel. Thank you, Daniel. Have a good afternoon. It looks like it's still a pretty warm one out there. And until next time, everybody, I'll catch you on Sunday night or Monday morning. Bye-bye, Mark. Good Sharon. Bye. Bye. See you, bye. Thanks. Bye. See you, bye. Bye. See you, bye. Thanks.